into game number 1. Onto Black Widow, which hasn't been the most popular map that we've seen, but is going to be played right here, right now.
Yeah, I really do like the Black Widow pick here from Q9. I think that they can allow Koi to be a little bit more aggressive in certain situations. You can have these aggressive mid-rounds, which is really nice. But overall, I think Liquid will still definitely have their hands full here to start out the series.
Well, it looks like we're just about ready to hop into map number 1 of Black Widow, as I'm going to leave it to you guys and the teams to bring us this wonderful gameplay. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you, Valdez. Looks like we're just about ready to get into the first game. Black Widow Q9 Club versus Team Liquid. Let's kick things off. It's going to be Team Liquid on the blacklist side of all things. Q9 defending on the global risk side. Team Liquid already starting off with an aggression down towards A long, trying to clear the angles out. The C4 left just outside of spawn. So Paladin coming into this matchup, in this map specifically, we've seen Brazilian teams go quite aggressive down towards middle, trying to make some executions through splits, trying to get some flanks in. What do you think how the progression of this game is going to continue on?
I mean, yeah, you want to get those mid splits going. You want to have that mid control as well. But these long scales are also not the worst strategies in the world. It allows you to at least put the hurt on the defense as quickly as possible. And XMY wants to get stuck into the action straight away from this short side.
Stuck in the short side indeed. Looks like Q9 wants to hold on for bomb sites in the backside of the angle. Here comes the setups. Executions has been thrown out. Cross could be made any moment soon. Or will it be yet another fake being sold? Looks like it's a ghost sign. Koi already dropping. Dynamos on the cross, and all of a sudden, some wind has been taken out of the sails for the side of Team Liquid. They're going to force it through, though. They're going to brute force it down onto the bomb site, but already XMY has made it onto the bomb site, taken out quickly. Koi's there to respond. The second kill for him. 7-7, and the duel goes down as well. All of a sudden, down to the ends of Gouken, and Ryu Zhao comes in swinging as XJ. The wallbang is accurate down to the ends of Gouken. The superstar armor can't do much. Here comes the shots. YU will do the job. And Q9 already starting the rounds off nicely in a 1-0 manner. Paladin, how did that round play out? That was absolutely nuts.
First of all, it's going to get very loud in here. That, I can tell you much.
Yes.
I can tell you that much for free.
I'll get loud too.
It is fantastic. Yeah, feel free. We'll make it the loudest game that we can have here on the B stream. And it's just the crossing players that were connecting every single time. Koi with a no-scope there, catching a couple players crossing. You had XMY chiming in. He's taking that initial duel. And again, this time around, oh my goodness. That might have been a collateral straight away in through the long doors. And sure, you got the Danimals trade, but Q9 feel locked and loaded in terms of the trade game.
Yeah, this time around, Q9 spicing things up with some extra pepper and salt. They decide to take control of A long, where in the first round they were playing rather posted backside, but this time around they are going to be going a little bit aggressive to take control. Danimal sure was trying all his best shots to get some kills back. Eventually he got traded out, so down to a 3v2. Team Liquid, they do have mid, they do have the C4 on them, trying to get inside of Catwalk, looks like. Don't know where they want to aggress towards. Sure, B is only held down by YJ, but who else but YJ to do a 1v2, isn't it?
Definitely has the capability to do it if they do go over to that B site. But the blacklist end come over to long once more. They're just waiting, snakes in the grass, waiting to pounce forward, and I think a little bit of an over-aggression there from XJ leaves XMY all alone. 7-7 sniper sidearm combo to get a couple in that one.
All of a sudden,
and that 1v2 does have to come out from XJ after all.
Absolutely, and all of a sudden it does feel the tie is very imminent. Down to the ends of YJ, has rotated out from B, and now in Catwalk they might just join hands with the players of Team Liquid. YJ, does he realize players are right behind him? By his back, Rizal swings out, the spray is there! Team Liquid catches them quickly. Rounds are now tied at 1-1.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from Liquid, and I do think that the overextension there is my real issue from XJ, trying to jump the gun in terms of getting long information, but I don't think it's necessary. You have a crossfire setup with your sniper rifle, that should be it.
That should be it too.
That contact comes through, then it should be wonderful. But a nade kill comes through, a couple from both YJ. Danimal's there on the trade, but damage already done. And again, TL in a deficit.
Yeah, down a player. It's going to be 4-3. Early long aggression not paying off dividend 2 rounds in a row as Q9 anticipating what was coming underway. Nate stacks it. We've seen them from time to time, and unfortunately one of the players had to eat that potato to the face, you know. Gets taken out from the lobby, and the rest of Team Liquid looking to rotate out from May and now in the face of B Hut. I think Koi is boosted? Not entirely sure. So inside of B Hut, players do usually opt out to boost themselves up on the top of the boxes. Usually go for a kill or two, unless some pop flashes come through. But in the meantime, Team Liquid spending the clock, spending the timer. Here comes the pop flash. Koi has to respond. Players are getting ready to enter. C4 rotates out towards connector though. So this round is going to be a rather slower approach given out from Team Liquid.
Interesting. They want to make this split work here. Spam is just off the mark. XJ hits the dirt. And now this B bomb site is very under threat. C4 from Ryuzao is not optimal, but that should be the round right there. 7-7, taking down Koi.
I mean, Koi didn't necessarily have to step down from the boxes. It looks like he...
No, not necessarily, but I think
a little overstep.
He would have been limited to 1 kill max in that situation.
True.
So it's a very precarious spot there for Koi.
Definitely, and now down to a 3v2. The C4 now getting planted by XMY, and Windows coming out. Cheeky with the first shot. However, YJ, oh, so reliable, is going to take down Dynamos now on the backside. Takes down 7-7. A quick double kill for him. Down to the hands of Ryuzao. Yesterday, sure, he was able to clutch up big time, but can he provide for his team tonight as well? Now, the bomb timer ticked down to about half. XMY already posting side of the site. Ryuzao gets caught out. XMY with the pistol gets the job done. C4 gets defused, and Q9 starts to lead out. 2-1 for the rounds.
Over aggression there, I'd say, from TL in the 3v2. And it's discipline being the name of the game here that I'm looking towards from both of these sides. Mistakes on both ends, and more importantly, the punishment of said mistakes from their opponents. It's difficult to continuously get that punishment and convert it into rounds, but at the end of the day, Team Liquid just cannot make less of them, really, in this kind of situation.
And I think this is probably the right time to call attack pause, try to, cut off the momentum for the side of Q9, and at the same time, go back to your strat books, pick out the strats, and see what you can go from there. For now, though, 2-1, Q9 kind of anticipate that they will lead out on the global risk side, but for Team Liquid to stand a chance, as long as they have about 3 or 4 rounds on the blacklist and switch over and have a solid defense, then yeah, taking map 1 is definitely not impossible for Team Liquid as well.
No, not at all. I actually do really like what PSK1 has done with this side. The tactical pauses that he calls and then the response straight after always feels very well done from Team Liquid. And I'm very curious to see how that call and response goes in this kind of situation when you go up against a much fiercer opponent in Q9. You've got oodles of talent on the other end, and you've got to find a way to counter that via calling from Danimals, or you got to look for these mid-round situations where you can have your stars come alive as well.
I mean, here's my take on best out of threes, right? Like, for sure, second, third map, you're all warmed up, but for the first map, it just comes down to, like, whoever gets activated first more often than the opponent team really determines the follow-through of the map. But looks like we're ready to get back into the game. Reminder, 2-1, Q9 leading out. As this time around, after the pause, Team Liquid, they're going to be posting Ryuzao deep and long, gain control, and the rest of the members are going to be posted outside of B bomb site, hinting to us a possible split maybe. The C4 still yet to be picked up, dropped at the blacklist spawn.
Yeah, willing to slow it down here, TL.
Q9 as well, showing similar difference to round 1.
Yeah, they have a forward-facing short player in you, and they're very willing to potentially do that mid-crunch, but not really springing that trap since there's really nothing being shown here from Team Liquid.
Koi outside of water, activates himself, gets the drop onto Danimals though. Oh, it's going to be a great opening for Q9. Instantly falls back. YJ as well though, thinking otherwise. They're trying to get a kill of his own, but WY gets a quick drop onto him. Comes the equalizer down to a 4v4. Koi gets knocked out from 7-7, so that's going to make things a little bit more interesting, Paulin.
Very disjointed in terms of how they want to retake that hut, and 7-7 being very aware of that potential punishment reclaims the man advantage, and now they go back over to what's worked for them. It's at long scale. And yes, you've got a potential wrap building here between X and Y and U, but eventually, once this cross comes through, the retake will be very difficult. X and Y will actually play forward ahead in the short side to catch a crossover, and he spots Ryu's out and collects the kill. He's got another one on his plate, and he'll capitalize there too. XMY has gone nuclear, and XJ to respond as well. What a response from Q9 as a whole.
And the whole squad of Q9 starts to get more vocal, trying to taunt the players of Team Liquid as Liquid also gets loud from time to time. We've seen that happen yesterday. Just not there yet for tonight. 3-1 though. This time, sending 2-3 players out towards A long, and they not taking away much of an HP. But here comes a replay of XMY. Absolutely dropping some bangers. 3K quickly with the quick scopes.
Those crosses seem to be a real problem for Team Liquid. Because yes, the smokes are deployed in the right areas, but Flash is not too much on point. That short side player has gotten so much room. And it's really up to Team Liquid. If they want to continue for those long scales, you've got to figure out how you want to place the utility a little bit better. And that'll make the job a lot easier for TL moving forward. You and... who's that? You and YJ?
Well, this time around, after a failed cross, they're going to invest a bit more util on the crossing side. They do have some flashes, so this time they might just pop flash over. Gouken being contested. YU swings out, gets the kill. Gouken goes down in the blink of an eye, leaving Ryuzao in no man's land. XMY by the staircase, trying to hold the angle, but Ryuzao some way, somehow gets the kill. 7-7 as well. Adds on to the kill point. All of a sudden, Dynamos up the bomb site. Can't do much. 7-7 into the clutch, but Koi quick with the shots, and Q9 starting to assert some dominance here.
This secondary sniper setup has just been decimating.
It's working wonders.
The Liquid side. Yeah, XMY off the short side, and now you've got a swap up from Koi. Koi doing his job in spades as well. I mean, you look at these 12 kills between them. It's all impact all the way.
Yeah, Q9 playing scrims almost at this point.
Yeah.
4-1. And Team Liquid, as you can tell by their positioning, they are not really willing to go aggressive anymore. Looks like they've been tucked backwards for a bit. And Q9 absolutely loving their passive setups for holding onto the bomb sites. Been working out for the past 3 rounds, and the first round as well. The one round they dropped, I believe, Q9 was trying to reclaim control of A long, went out a little too aggressive, and Danimals traded out 2 players. I think that's how it progressed. So, yeah, might as well go with the plan that worked out. Doesn't necessarily need to devise something, you know, too spooky to get more rounds.
Ooh. Those nades nearly on the mark there for Q9, but instead it's utility shaved for Team Liquid. They move back over to mid, and we kind of spoke about these splits looking like a likely option, and haven't been getting enough space to make it a warranted idea here.
And this is what's funny, right? Like you mentioned, Team Liquid, they have all the room they could work with, as we can see on the minimap, but they can't, as Q9 is playing pretty passive. But Team Liquid is cornering themselves by themselves, and that might just cause enough trouble for them to not pick up more rounds. But Team Liquid finally showing some sort of movements out towards A long. Gets the drop. It's going to be 7-7. Goken as well swings out, takes down you, but traded out eventually. Well, it's going to be XJ on the hold by himself onto the A bomb site. The rotation not coming in quickly enough from Q9 may just cost them this round. 30 seconds remaining. The C4 has rotated just into the bomb site. Plant is right up.
This is an unwinnable situation here for Q9. I'd like to imagine, unless this flank from XJ could find some significant damage, WI is on the prowl. And it all really comes down to this. If there's a kill here for XJ, maybe there's a round to be played for. But 7-7 does thin the herd even further. XJ and YJ hoping to climb back in, and they absolutely are. All of a sudden, Ryuzao is alone. The double swing is in. How is this falling apart here for Team Liquid? But the timer is ticked. I don't know if they have time here to bench. This one's, yeah, it's not it. Team Liquid live.
Team Liquid finally catching up to that of Q9, 4-2. Does finally put out a round after 3 rounds lost consecutively. Rather, going for the slower pace may have thrown Q9 off guard a little bit, and they might just opt to do so, but here comes another tactical pause. And now, Q9 may have to, think about devising a different plan, as their current default setups are not paying off dividends at all. And to me, Paladin, it does feel the way that they should be claiming more territory as the global risk. And even that last round, they just gave too much room to Team Liquid. Timer, sure, it was burnt down to less than a minute, but there's too much ground to be controlled by Team Liquid. They were able to go inside A long, make the cross, get the frags. XJ tried all he's got to hold it down, but eventually if you're in a 1v4 with 4 guys spraying you down, there's not much you can do. So yeah, after this pause, anticipating, us casters could be a curse, but anticipating that Q9 going for more ground control maybe.
Yeah, certainly. I do think that Team Liquid are finally getting a little bit more pep in their step in terms of trades. I think 7-7's entry there was key. But building off of that is the real question, because right now, I don't think they have a complete idea as to how they want to commit to the takes, these passive defensives that Q9 have set up.
I mean, even then, right? Some of the executions from Team Liquid was a little bit iffy from time to time. But yeah, back into the game, 4-2. This time, Q9 trying to gain control outside of B, sending 2 players into the hut. And Team Liquid creeping up on Catwalk here. YU is going to be holding this one down. Looks like he has spotted the tip of the head of Danimals. The information passed away right away. And the rest of Team Liquid rotates out in a blink of an eye. They are booking it quick. But where do they want to aggress onto is going to be the real question here, Paladin.
Seems like that hut position is the more the idea that they're looking for. Koi's been solid here from this hut position, but he's alone. He doesn't have that instant rotation. And that could be a cause for concern for Q9. Continue to try and clear out this position. They get quite a bit of information, right? They realize that there's no aggression in from the B end. And that really it is just Koi on the other end. Meanwhile, YJ and you get more information off the cat side, cut this map in half, understand that this B hit is imminent.
Yeah, Q9 made a guess that it might be an A hit. Sends another player down towards B, but Team Liquid, with just about less than a minute, what are they willing to do here? Sure, they have tested the water out towards B. Ryuzao out on Catwalk. Saw the player from Q9 peeking out from Catwalk, so possibly they might just send it down towards A and brute force it out. There's only 36 seconds. There's no turning back. If they give it a go sign, it will be a brute force. Walking into Catwalk, XMY holding it down, whiffs the first shot, looking for the second. Not gonna happen as Ryuzao guns YU, and Danimals has gonna gun down XMY. All of a sudden, A completely pried open. YJ steps up from the staircase, gets one, but Danimals is quick to trade. All down to the hands of Koi and XJ coming up from catwalk, can't do much. And now Koi, dead stuck in windows. What can he do? Got to clap 4 players to win the round. Not a single kill as well. And Team Liquid stepping closer to a tie here.
Yeah, the short side execution is very nice. They get really making XMY feel uncomfortable on that secondary. And not being able to get involved with that sniper, all of a sudden the rifle core actually looks pretty flimsy there from Q9. You finally have entries that come in from Danimals. Ryu's out, chimes in as well. And these are the guys that really led the way for a couple of moments in terms of our last series, why I talked about the depth of Team Liquid. It doesn't have to just be the Gouken show. You've got other people to potentially step up to the plate. For Q9, where does that depth go beyond their secondary and their primary snipers?
Good point, because even that last play made by XJ, you know, trying to go a little bit aggressive out towards catwalk, eventually costed him his life. So, as a global risk, if you get traded out, if your bomb site gets completely isolated, then you're expecting a 4-2 or 4-1. But here comes another aggression down towards catwalk. XMY has to jiggle peek, and he does get the drop into Ryuzao, looking for the second one towards Gouken. Can't hit as WY now starting to open up, firing of his own gun. And Gouken looking to recover the C4. Successfully gets it. WY though already in B bomb site, spotted out, goes down. But the information has been passed in the rest of Team Liquid. Looking to just take it on towards A, but XMY on bomb site. Can he win the sniper duel? Is going to be the real question here. 7-7 out towards long. He has to start making a move. Help his teammate out. Not going to do that just yet.
I mean, he's hoping for the repeat to come through, and 7-7 is not getting anything to use here. Gouken also searching in from the short side. Finally, the swing comes through, and 7-7 finds his man. Now the cross is available, and YJ and the double Ys have to step up big. No scope misses, and they'll chime in one apiece. We're right back to winning ways from Q9.
The Ys will do the work. And Q9 picks up another round. Even then, kind of looked a little flimsy, didn't it? Wasn't the cleanest round of all times. 5-3. Team Liquid now. Just about a round before we switch sides, they are looking to pick the final round up, and beginning of the round goes down. It's going to be 7-7 out towards A long. And Q9 trying to get more aggressive on their global risk side is going to gain control out towards A long. Does have a player who tried to look out towards B hut, but eventually fell out. And now down a player. Where does Team Liquid want to take this one into?
They're in a real pickle here because long control very firmly established for the global risk side. Having to retake that will be a problem and a half, especially with the instant rotation that Koi can provide and get that crossfire set up as soon as possible. So YJ will take this first contact.
And he's the first responder. Gouken trying to crack some angles. Cleared out long. Now got to clear the back side. YJ at risk. Gouken does not miss that. Takes the hat off of YJ. And the rotation comes in from Q9. But Team Liquid, they're waiting patiently. They still have a minute 15 to work with. Lines up the executions. Koi from underpass. Can't do much. Goes down to Gouken. Double kill for him. And here comes the push to shove. Ryuzao takes on XMY. Danimals also takes on YU. All down to the XJ in a blink of an eye. 1v4 and a dream. Can he do some wonders? Comes out from the smoke. Creeps up. Gets the planter, but he has to fall back right away. Ryuzao follows down and catches him off guard. And Team Liquid puts out 4 rounds on the scoreline.
Yeah, very needed there from Team Liquid. I mean, it's a tough situation to boot for Q9, but again, it's the double snipers having a chance to potentially get things going between Koi and XMY, but neither of them connecting, and again, the A defense looks flimsy. You look towards you look towards someone else, to YJ, and you just don't get it.
And you know what's funny is we were just talking about it doesn't necessarily have to be a Gouken show and everyone else can step to the plate. Well, today it was rest of the team doing all the work and Gouken finally stepping up to the plate. So double kill for him. Gets to round 1. As we now do look at the side switching, it's going to be Q9 on the offensive angle on the blacklist side of all things. Team Liquid has to hold this one down. Trying to reclaim control of Hut. We do have Danimals stepping out a little bit overextensive out towards Catwalk. Takes a bit of damage. Has successfully fallen back.
This is the slow style that you kind of expected from Q9.
Yep.
As soon as we swap over to that blacklist side. But Koi's still peering into the B hut, seeing if he can find anything to potentially accelerate this round. Smoke deployed on the doors.
Yeah, I think Q9 just wanted to burn through the utils by playing time. But now with less than a minute remaining onto the timer, they will now start to have to make some move here. It's going to be Catwalk. I think it's being watched by 7-7. But he is down to 17 HP, and here comes the pop flash. The execution is on. 7-7, good for 1. Can he get the second kill? Yes, he does. Looking for the third. The quick scoop is so accurate. Gets the job done. Yuzao double kill for him, and Team Liquid now tied back up at 5-5.
That's their best round yet. I mean, you finally have the secondary sniper, something that's worked so well for Team Liquid in the past from 7-7. In some situations, I'd even argue he's looked better than Gouken. And, I mean, what a map he's had so far. 13-7, offensively working that rifle, and then swapping over to the TRG now. All of a sudden, Q9 feel a little hot into the collar, but they do get themselves one. The danger man of 7-7 hits the deck as XMY, the counterpart of the secondary, puts in work in his own regard.
And there's the replay. 7-7 clutching it with just about 17 HP, but and nothing more. Gets the job done. But in round number 11, Q9 did find the opening frag. 7-7 did go down. And another Catwalk take. Where are they going to force it down towards middle? But it's going to be a tough one. Ruzal waiting behind the doors, and the animals could swing back in anytime soon. Ruzal's going to be the one to swing first. He does get the first drop. And the flash is good for him to fall back towards the B bomb site. And Q9 left just scratching their heads outside of Catwalk.
Dropped the bomb there as well.
Yeah, looks like the speed has been just halted for a little bit for Q9.
Yeah, I mean, they have to reset in that kind of situation. They have no choice but to reset. And with that reset comes the decision of where you really do want to end up. They'll try to spam through the doors a little bit. Ryuzao's still very gung-ho to hold on to this positioning. But this A-split is very much on the cards. Gouken will have to watch in through here, and Danimal's on the other end. But Ryuzao's got a flank going. It's just a question about whether can he get there in time or not.
Gouken gets dropped though. XJ with a quick spray down through the wall bang's going to take Gouken. Drops down to underpass and gets the second kill. Looking for the third. Ryuzao spotted out. Well, it's going to be WY and Ryuzao to take a kill each. Down to a 2v2. C4 now getting planted, but the rotations are now coming in hot. Can Q9 hold on to bomb sites? Koi sure is holding onto a sniper of his own. Has a pretty good angle. Ryuzao and WY, they're going to look to double swing. WY has been spotted out. The gun, the tip has been shown. Koi has a good angle to get the drop. WY, though, is going to do the crouch peek and does some damage.
Oh,
and somehow, that just works wonders. But the C4 timer has been dropped down to half, and it's good for YJ to just wipe it up. Q9, what a round for them.
Finally, YJ comes into the equation now. You've got a little bit more rifle prowess from Q9. And it was very necessary to get that one over the line. Wow, a great kill from XMY. These mid kills have been fantastic. Catching WY on the cross. Not an easy shot to collect. But the split looked fantastic here from Q9. I mean, you're getting the side anchors feeling real uncomfortable. Basically not having any long control, not having any short control either.
But that replay, though, the animals just completely caught his pants down.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't
know where
care.
to
He
look.
just drops down. So eventually that costed them the round. But yeah, like you've mentioned, Q9, their rifling core finally stepping into the plate here. 6-5. Still has to pick up more rounds to solidify their win on this map of Black Widow.
Koi brings out that sniper to see what he can get done. And it's the long scale. Flash through, nade in, so much utility being dumped in by the global risk side. But Q9 seem relentless to at least show some face here. It's all a fake though. YJ and Koi will showcase just a little bit. They won't even fire a gun. They'll go back into the B hut and they'll go charging straight at Danimals.
Yeah, especially with a player down. If they are able to isolate B, it's only Danimals holding it down, but if it's anyone else to hold it by himself, it's gonna be him. Gets the first kill. The C4 is down. The nade does a bit of damage, but he does get the fall back and buy enough time for the rotation to come in. C4 being dropped inside of the bomb site might just cause enough trouble for Q9. Gets recovered, and they're gonna force it all the way into the bomb site for the plant. However, this could be a tough one for Q9 to hold it down. C4 now being planted. Now the rotations are already arrived for the side of Team Liquid. XMY though, quick to the shot. Danimals goes down, and Ruzel tries to step into the bomb site as well, but now he gets spotted out. And XMY quick scopes him out from the lobby, and 77 in a 1v4. Has to get all the kills. Not gonna happen. And Q9 starts to lead out. It's gonna be 7-5.
And that's just masterful work there from Q9. Tactics now taking shape for Blacklist. I mean, you think about how they feign that long presence so well. You retain two players on the A bomb side, the mid players floating and looking at the cross as a potential hit, but it never comes through. The side anchor on the B bomb side gets pushed away and can't find anything. Now you get a little bit more aggression out of YJ and XJ. Koi with a triple. Sorry, double rather. And it's all up to Ruzel, which I don't really fancy his chances here, Bench.
I mean, this round is pretty much down and dusted, isn't it? Because Team Liquid tried to opt out for the aggressive play, sending two players out towards HUD, and can't do much as YJ and XJ was watching it down. Ruzel, the last one alive, will have to work wonders. Not going to happen as Koi steps him from the back. Q9 just one round away from taking the map point. It's going to be 8 rounds being picked up for the side of Q9.
And it's gone completely quiet on the other end, right? You don't hear a peep out of Team Liquid considering
no, not at all, yeah.
how much of a difficult spur on this is in terms of trying to come back consistently. And now they're out the long doors. I don't find the men they were looking for, though. Smoke up in their face and they bound away. So a reset from Q9, and they've got plenty of time to play as they please.
And Q9, by burning the clock down every round, they're able to just burn through the utility of Team Liquid and have an easier take when the actual push comes to shove. Q9, thinking about directing themselves towards the B bomb site, has all 5 players, no fakes being sold. Goken, sure, he's holding one of the windows, but Q9, they are going to line their executions. Let's see what Q9 is opting out to do. Here comes the pop flash. Goken has to respond. He gets a collateral! Huge double kill for him. YU and YJ goes down, and all of a sudden the push is completely halted. The rotation from Team Liquid has arrived though as well. What a call at.
Yeah, magic in the air here for Goken, always pulling the rabbits out of the hat. And he'll try to hold on for just a little bit longer. Another one through the smoke. XJ and XMY wonder how in the hell has all their teammates just hit the deck, hoping to punish some sort of aggression that won't come. I say that. Goken flirting with the idea.
A cheeky boost.
Oh, 4 kills for Goken. He wants the ace, but Ruzel will be there, and that's something to reinvigorate Team Liquid.
Yeah, Team Liquid basically shouting that we're not going down without a fight. 8-6. Just need 2 more rounds to tie it back up. And we heard them get a little bit more vocal, Paladin. So hopefully that round is just enough to get themselves rejuvenated, like you said. And that call out from Goken, just clapping 2 players at once. Huge round for himself as well. And finally seeing him step up. But, oh man, unfortunately, he just continues for the side of Team Liquid, trying to cross or even, poke and prod and get some information. 7-7 now. This time realizing, okay, crossing mid might be just too risky.
I mean, he goes
down
into
to
short.
Catwalk, and now he gets clapped, so
he comes into short, and it's a sick shot there from Koi.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a little bit of a replay. It's just a sliver, just a leg being shown.
So just unfortunately, it's just continuing to not work out for 7-7 after some huge rounds on the Blacklist side when he was playing on the first half.
And now Q9 can really play the man advantage here. Try to notch map point as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they can isolate one of the bomb sites, if Blacklist has a man advantage, at max, they're facing 5v3, so as Global Risk, you have to really maintain your numbers against the Blacklist side to have an equal fight, or even a chance of having an equal fight. Q9, they're definitely burning through the utils of Team Liquid right now. A bunch of smokes has been already spent. Fake setups are being thrown out as well.
It's the same fake from that previous round. And yes, you've got WY and Ryuzao playing forward, but still, no shots being taken. Danimals has gotten the rotation through, and again, it's just Goken on this B bomb site. Can he pull that rabbit out of the hat once more?
Well, I mean, he's looking to do so just right now. 30 seconds, and looks like Q9 really has to send it down. Goken caught his pants down, and YU springs out, gets the drop as well. So all of a sudden, Qingzero completely taking out the B bomb site. Koi as well, just taking down Danimals. I don't know if WI can do it. I mean, he sure can pop out from windows, but it's being watched. X and Y gets the kill and the round, and Q9 reaches the map point. It's going to be 9-6.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that Team Liquid have fallen hook, line, and sinker to that twice. But now you get just the tactics looking far better for Q9. The rifle core is looking much stronger in the clutch situations. And of course, Koi and XMY have been really leading the way, powering this team to this point. A mere round away to capitalize on Team Liquid's lethargic start to this game. But Goken wants to extend play a little bit longer with that opener on Koi.
Maybe that one kill is all they need, Paladin, to keep the dream alive. But here comes the push down towards the B bomb site. WY has to hold it down. YJ stepping up to the plate here. Entry fragger not getting activated. Danimals gets him down, and a double spray down for him to get the kills. And WY so close. But he was able to take X and Y to about 5 HP. 2v1. As a sniper, it's not impossible for him to clutch this one out, but looks very tough, Paladin.
Well, look, they're giving him 1v1s, which is the big thing. A lot of respect. He's made the crossover. Goken coming back through the underpass, having an opportunity to potentially punish him. But with these one-on-ones, this comes a possibility, and head spotted. XMY is so well aware of what's on the other side. Oh, and he can't catch him. He can't catch the rotation back on the other end, and 7-7 will capitalize. We play on.
We keep playing, boys, as Q9 not being able to close this one out cleanly. Team Liquid still catching up to it. Just 2 more rounds as we go. We are looking at a possible overtime. And quick reminder, all the tactical pauses has been used, I believe. So can't go back to the drawing board anymore. And if Team Liquid can just hold this one down, they still keep the chances alive.
And now finally the bait and switch setup that Q9 have been effectively deploying has been neutralized. But Q9 are still so hellbent on trying to break open this B bomb site. And they're going to see if they can catch a little bit of a timing. They dump an entire util set here and a triple rotation into this B bomb site from TL. But this time, Q9 hold the brakes. They don't actually execute beyond that. And that's really going to cause some indecision here for TL. What's going on in the heads of Q9?
Yeah, I mean, Q9 still has 2 more shots at closing the map out. But Team Liquid, not flustered all that much, will maintain their default setups as Q9 is now gathering all the players. Call to arms here for taking onto the B bomb site. Lining up some flashes. They do have a couple flashes to work with. Here comes the pop flash. Swings in. It's going to be YU, but he gets team flashed. Ruzao, knowing what's coming on his way. WY behind the boxes, activates himself, gets the first kill. Looking for the second. Ruzao swings out, gets a drop before going down. So all of a sudden, this round looking like Team Liquid's XMY and Koi has to do it all. The sniper duo can recover the C4. However, with a man deficit, can they hold onto the retake that's coming?
He didn't actually even recover the bomb there, so now he's going to have to cross dry. It's an awkward scenario, but Koi's actually been given free reign. 2 crossback, overshot on the Goken, just whizzing past the Brazilian's ear. Resmoke in, and that C4 should be planted inevitably. XMY just watching if that smoke push comes through, but they're getting boxed in very slowly but surely. The Animal's on the other end.
Here comes the race against the clock. The Animal's running, could have caught XMY off guard, but XMY just quick on his feet is going to be able to dodge that. The timing off by these 2 players. The Animal's first one to spot him out. The pistol play from XMY is so good. Gets the job done. Down to 2v2. The timer already ticked down towards half.
They're on the defuse. He's sticking it all the way.
But Goken goes down. 7-7 gets the kill, but is that enough time? XMY. Oh, he's way back out. 7-7's going to stick it. Half almost done, but the shot is there. Q9 closes the first map out.
That's exactly the kind of competition that you want between these 2 sides. It's slow, it's methodical, it's brooding, but Q9 showcase the better macro. They showcase a little bit of better micro between their snipers, and now are in pole position to try and capitalize on Group B and this Team Liquid that still seems like they're trying to churn back into this game.
I mean, even then, Team Liquid has put out what a fight. Didn't go down easily like the first series we had today.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you still see that fight from players like 7-7 on that secondary. You think about the great work that Ryuzao was able to put out in terms of some of the entry work. But at the end of the day, I think Q9 just showcases that they've got a little bit extra depth. This is something that I was hoping to see in this game develop, and initially it was just XMY and Koi, but you had XJ step up, you had you show up as well here and there, and some of these clutch scenarios eventually going in the favor of Q9 showcases to me that there are just multiple ways to win here for the Chinese.
But then the game, because of the characteristics of the Brazilian region, as long as these players get the hot hands on and starts getting activated, then you never know what's going to happen in map 2 and map 3, and this first map of Black Widow just hints to me that looks like all of the players on Team Liquid is now fully ready to get into the battlefield.
I'm not necessarily sure, right? I don't think you can keep it that reductive, because in a lot of situations, yes, you know, they did come alive towards the end there, but from a macro perspective, if sub base is figured out by Q9 here, this one is still going to be wraps, I think, because from what I can see, Q9 have got the better ideas being pulled forward, and I think they are completely catching TL off guard.
Maybe that is the case, but as we're reaching the end of this replay, some accurate shots from these snipers, and even then, most of these teams opting out to go for the double sniper setup, absolutely working wonders, and Q9 definitely gets some of that. They're the winner of the first map.
Pretty incredible stuff from this Q9 club. I mean, they are facing a really, really strong team. And there were a bunch of incredibly close matchups, or rather, a lot of incredibly close rounds that we did have between these 2 teams. And I just want to say, like, they were really impressive in the clutch and just being able to take out the really crucial rounds that could have tipped it in the scales towards Team Liquid. So really big props to Q9. And now, as you guys were saying, they move over to sub base here, which should be very comfortable for them. Does feel like you know, again, the Chinese region just seems to be that little bit amount stronger in terms of macro, micro, all these little things, how to close out rounds, how to be clutch. And I do worry for Team Liquid a little bit here going into map 2.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is like the prep work. It's like I see some clear development in things to change and chop in terms of how that Black Widow went. But then I think about Team Liquid on the other side of the spectrum, and I didn't see that revolutionary mid-round, anything that really they could abuse as far as their offense is concerned. And that really does beg the question of how much different is their sub base moving forward. It is something a little bit unorthodox for them in terms of the pick, but I'd like to think that there's a little bit more in the tank there as far as the blacklist is concerned.
Yeah, definitely a lot more questions to be answered by Team Liquid to prove that they're capable of taking down Q9. But yeah, in terms of map stats, I think Team Liquid's sub base is not half bad. They just need that extra fizz, provide Pepsi, to win the rounds up. So all in all, I feel like Team Liquid, all they just need to do is start getting activated, you know, have more trade kills come through, because the rounds that they lost on the first map, some of the losses happened due to not being able to provide the trade kills for your teammates.
Do you feel like there were any specific players on the side of Team Liquid that overperformed or underperformed in your mind that you would like to, well, 7-7, I guess, in terms of overperforming, but maybe somebody who's got to step up to the plate here a little bit more?
Well, the biggest thing that I liked about Team Liquid was having the clutch potential from players like WY. And in this situation, yes, he's got some tough roles. I mean, you're calling him the B anchor. In a lot of situations, he's on an island expecting to come up with multiple kills. But I can only extend that grace so far. And for me, I needed a little bit more out of him on the defense and on the offensive side as well. I just don't think that he had enough characteristics in those post plants. I was really looking towards 7-7 and Gokun to try and get it over the line, which, yes, you're always going to give the snipers the benefit of the doubt, but you need a little bit more out of the rifle core, and I think WY is the guy that I'm kind of looking at the most.
And to add on to that, Gokun himself as well, sure, towards the latter rounds, he did start stepping up in the plate, but I mean, he was pretty quiet for most of the first map, so sub-base, especially being the map where your sniper core really has to start crying out loud. If he's continuing to be more quiet, then I think it's going to be a tough one for Team Liquid to come out alive.
Yeah, and there's always that focus on the club championship as well. I feel like Team Liquid have that on their back a little bit, where it's like so much pressure to really, in the clutch here, get the win right now and secure playoffs, because, I mean, any team on any given day, given their form, can take them down, especially if Team Liquid get a little bit tilted by a loss or something. So they really want to come in here and take the win tonight and make sure that they can book their playoffs ticket and, you know, potentially bring Team Liquid to a club championship here at the Esports World Cup. Nothing is decided yet. It's still very early on, of course, but again, this is a really strong team. I think they should have learned a lot about the way that Black Widow was played there by Q9, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring here into this sub base.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight on the back for both of these teams and all the players. Looks like they're just getting ready to get into the second map, but like the slogan, nothing is granted, everything is earned, and Team Liquid or Q9, they both have to get through these obstacles to claim the prize, claim the club championship. So all we can do is wait and see all this.
I'm thrilled to watch more Q9, to be completely honest with you. I really enjoyed just the ideas that they put forward on that Black Widow side. And if they've done their homework here on Subways, Team Liquid are going to certainly have their hands full. I've completely switched my tone, folks. I don't necessarily back Team Liquid as much in this situation. I've been convinced by the Chinese.
Well, guys, game number 2 starts right now. Subbase, take it away.
Here comes early aggression down towards the machine room already. All guns blazing. But eventually Liquid is able to step out without losing a player. So Q9 already showing some signs of aggressiveness, trying to get into the faces of Team Liquid, taking the fight right by the front garage. Eventually Q9 is going to reset and try to gain some control down towards the mid area. Team Liquid playing more so default. The Animal's trying to get counter boost into Venser as he's just trying to hold the single down.
It's interesting that there was so much initial aggression there, and TL just completely pulls away. You don't find anything really. Complete change of pace from that Brazilian squad.
So here's my take on this map, right? Subbase. It's either teams are going to go super aggressive very early on in the rounds, first 10-15 seconds, they're going to either run into Machine Room or run down the Nook, or they burn the clock down, try to catch any rotations because it's easier on this map to spot the rotators, so they're either just going to play with the clock. There's no mid-round type thing on sub-base to me, so we'll just have to wait and see. And this time Q9 is, of course, opting to go for the latter case.
WI hoping to get aggression coming his way. He's got a little bit of a crossfire setup. He bounced back away. He goes back into A, and now Danimals is left alone to his own devices. He can't find anything, but his teammates certainly can. 7-7 and WI chime in for a couple. And there's another one for Q9. It's such a fantastic start there in terms of the trade game. But right now, TL trying to fight tooth and nail to get back into this one.
Yeah, Ruzal swinging back from the Nook was able to get one kill, but the rest of Q9 has already rotated down towards the B bomb site. C4 now down, timer against Ruzal in a 1v2. Still possible if he's able to bring it down to a 1-on-1. Spots XJ. Does he realize? Well, there's Koi right behind him. Looks the wrong side. Almost gets the job done. Not quite there, though. As Q9 is going to be able to take the first round there. That's going to be 1-0. Q9 in the lead.
Yeah, I really like how they were able to swarm that A bomb site and then realizing the risk they potentially have to run if they do plant the bomb on A. As soon as they actually get into that global risk spawn, you think, okay, let's just commit to this B bomb site and see what we can do in the post, reset the situation. But boy, oh boy, the number of wallbangs in this round here, all over the shop, and that box has seen a lot of bullets.
0 HP there. But yeah, Subbase is one of those maps where wallbangs are quite efficient, especially these double doors through middle.
Yeah.
Completely wallbangable, so once the smokes are set out, you can see like the snipers just emptying their magazine through that gap through the smoke, hoping for some lucky shots. We've seen a bunch of those happen in the past events. Not happening here just yet. Oh, and also, players would sometimes go for the XM in the vents.
Yeah,
so
viable strategy for sure.
Hoping to see one of the shotguns come into the play in subbase.
Here comes a little bit of utility exchange in the middle of the map, but again, this B bomb site seems to be the name of the game here for Q9 initially. They'll waltz out. Goken has to get his gun out initially, but they're actually going through the smoke, just waltzing all the way in. And the flank isn't necessarily working, and Goken has hit the deck. That is a fantastically worked split onto the B bomb site.
And look at White's position.
Yeah, and you will be able to cut off even more rotations.
Well, Team Liquid now has to go for the retake, but like you've mentioned, Paladin, his position is so strong. They will have to clear this one out. Danimal swings in, goes down. While WI is there for the straight kill, but it's down to 2v3. Timer ticking away. WI goes down. All down to the end of 7-7. Is good for one. Looks for the second. Goes for the secondary. Swings to the left side. There's a double stag, and here comes the swing. Q9 gets the job done. 2-0 for the rounds.
And again, just a fantastic macro play there from Q9. Making sure that mid-split goes initially, that Goken kind of has to split his attention back over to mid. And as that whole play is happening, just walking through the smoke, completely silent. No flashes, no nades, no sound cues to give it over. This time aggression in this position, and YJ, they chime in together to punish that aggression, give themselves a fighting chance with this 4-on-3.
Looks like Q9 is going to be the winner for the Machine Room skirmish, as they were able to take the life of Ruzao and WY in the process. And down to players, Team Liquid, they're going to have to go for that 1-1-1 split, but it definitely and significantly weakens up the defense.
Complete standstill now for Q9. Hoping that they can punish any sort of re-aggression here from anyone. 7-7 really the only forward-facing player, though. Crouches up and down to get a bit of info, and he spots a couple of tracers, so he's well aware of what's going on here. Fires off, but as soon as he fires off, he takes a nade out. Used there to capitalize. Goken now doesn't really know what to do. He's got to bound away. Koi able to potentially shut down these rotations. Yeah, unfortunate. But now Gouken and Danimals have a way back in.
Well, Danimals coming down from the nook. Good for the drop, though. Looking for the second. Strays XJ, but here comes the double swing. Gets the trade. Gouken in a 1v1 now as he gets the drop. Gets the pistol out. Can he get the job done? So close, yet so far. Q9 just continues to lead out. And there's more work for Team Liquid to do now. And it has to come fast, Paladin. Otherwise, it might be just around too late.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in this situation, you got to commend the micro for Q9. Making sure to simplify that round there. Capitalize on the overextended Danimals. Make sure that he's restricted to only 1 kill at maximum. And then from there on out, you force Gouken to produce a difficult clutch. You certainly wish that he could have connected on the pistol there, given quite an opportunity, but squandered by the legend. And now Q9 this time have to start off on the back foot, 4-on-5 without XMY. Danimals should have been spotted there, and he will go down. Fantastic work on the flashes. And so we're back into 4-on-4.
Danimals couldn't do much. WY by the nook is good for 1. And that does stop the aggression from Q9 as Koi and YJ, the last 2 players alive. For the shot, 7-7 almost goes down. Here comes the swing at the pistols, good for it. On top of heaven, but Gouken drops down. 1 with the sniper, 2 with the pistol, gets the job done. And Team Liquid finally puts up a round.
And finally, you have something to smile about. Gouken redeeming himself after that failed clutch. A quick double and surging forward ahead of that utility. I think that one is so overzealous in certain circumstances. There's only a very few number of CROSSFIRE players that can pull something like that off. But of course, leave it to Gouken to make it look so easy between the sniper shot and the switch over to the sidearm.
And that was a much needed round too. Couldn't happen too late. And this just might have been the right time for Team Liquid to start pulling back. And during this tack pause, I feel like Q9, sure, their early aggression down towards the machine did some beneficial work, I guess. They were able to get a man advantage, but they just weren't able to thread the ties together with the advantage they had. So let's just hope that if Q9 can just bounce back, they still are in the lead. But however, the rounds they've won weren't the cleanest of all as well. So that's a good hint to us that Team Liquid was still putting up a pretty good fight. A pretty darn good fight, Paladin.
Yeah, I mean, from a macro perspective, it still seems like Q9 have got a great understanding of how they want to approach sub-base. That goes without question. And now it's really the individuals of Team Liquid looking to change things here to make Q9 feel uncomfortable and start having to go to plan Bs and plan Cs. But we're not there yet. Still a lot of work to be done here from the Brazilians.
Definitely still a lot of work to be done, like I've said. But the pause is over and the gong is ringing. The round is beginning. It's going to be 3-2-1 as Q9 still in the lead. And after attack pause, let's see what the Chinese squad wants to do. No early aggressions from both of these teams, looking to just play more default of all things. Not necessarily risking much. So, a hot take for sub-base for me is that Global Risk would, from time to time, counter boost a player and try to go pretty cheeky near the blacklist spawn and see where that takes them from. But Team Liquid just not opting out to do that just yet. And so is Q9. I don't think they have sent a player in towards Vents except that one time we saw YJ or XJ in it.
And now you're considering that as a position to just potentially split into this A bomb site. Keep in mind, 7-7's got that secondary to potentially lock and load, but here comes the hit. WI, a guy that I've been hoping to get a little bit more out of. Another island situation, doesn't find anything. Smoke's deployed, execution is there. And Team Liquid now with a very difficult retake on the cards.
Yeah, with all the smokes being put out to obfuscate the visions of Team Liquid, the retake was going to be very tough. Two players tucked up in heaven and nobody making the flank down towards the Nook. Well, here comes some extra utils and they're going to send it down towards the staircase. The Animals goes down as well. YJ just tapping heads after heads, but Goken and Ryuzawa responds pretty quickly. Eventually, Q9 takes all the kills and starts getting very vocal.
It never gets old. It never gets old. It's fantastic work there from Q9. Roaring back to life now. And that's what I speak about, is that, you know, the macro is still fantastic for Q9. The execution onto that A bomb site is phenomenal. And now you've got these individual plays coming through as well. Top to bottom, really no real weak link for Q9. And for TL, you're hoping for that flare to come back, and it's just not there. There is no one to really turn to at this point.
Yeah, you just saw it in the replay. YJ just clicking heads after heads, so wasn't a tough deal for him. Made it look so easy, but reminder, it's not that easy. And after a successful A hit, Q9, they're gonna switch things up and try to control middle, try to control machine room. And finally, we do see that double stick down towards vents. They're gonna pop flash out. Shots being thrown out, but unfortunately, nobody was at the other end of all things.
Interesting that 7-7 was so keen on holding that with a secondary, and this time thinks better of it. Not even near that position. Now maneuvers back that sniper over to this hallway.
Ooh, Goken.
Goken has another opportunity to make a round out of this one. Tries to flash through. Oh, but the switch over to the pistol is not good enough. It just gets him one. The trade from Danimals is good, though.
Well, down to a 2v2 now as YJ got a quick drop and a double kill on towards Ryuzao. C4 bound to be rotated in towards the bomb site for the plant. And for Team Liquid, 7-7 on the sniper and Danimals on the rifle. Has been lifting the heavyweights for the team. The IGL looking to do more in this round as well. The C4 has planted. The timer is ticking. They're both going to come through machine room. But XMY is on the watch and the angle. The Soul Sliver gets the job done. 77 in a 1v2 and a dream. The timer still ticking away. Has to hit both shots accurately. Otherwise, this round is up and over. And Q9 gets it done. 5-1.
And you know, those are the 2-on-2s that you need to just kind of spark something back, and it just doesn't happen here for Team Liquid. You think about just the chaos that Q9 ensues in that round there. You know, you see them across the middle of the map trying to do some work over in the vent position. You see them maneuver back into the B bomb site in the late round. And now you're having these clutch situations also working out splendidly for Q9. This time Team Liquid want to turn up the heat, get a little bit more aggressive. They go 1-for-1. Make it a 2-for-1 with 7-7, and it's just pandemonium every which way, and Q9 still coming out on top. How many kills are they gonna nab here in this mid-round? I can't tell you, but Q9 just will not miss a beat.
All 5 kills, Paladin. Just all 5 kills to clean up that round, pretty much. And if I'm Team Liquid, this one's looking very tough and dire, Paladin. I just don't think they have it in them. Only 2 more rounds left on the first half. They need to pick up these last 2 rounds if they want to stand a chance in advancing to the playoffs without having to struggle to go into the lower brackets.
You think about the great work that Q9 did in their opening matchup against Rock, having to take down the best in the West, making it look easy, and now laying down the hurt in terms of the Brazilian competition as well. They're making every team they face look so silly in Group B.
I mean, and that's what that is the caliber of the CFPL teams.
Absolutely. I mean, they simply are a cut above. The preparation, the micro positioning, the mechanics being there as well.
And the macro.
Absolutely.
But now, YU does start the round off by taking down WY. Here comes the pop flashes. It's going to be Danimals holding the Nook. Sprays like a madman. Can't get the job done. A is completely open. And now look at YJ's position holding heaven by himself. Goken and Ryuzao all to do.
Oh.
Goken, though, what a quick scope. YJ goes down on a 2v3 on the retake. Needs to find a couple more kills before going down if they want to stand a chance and taking sub-base back into their backpack. All the C4 timer ticking. Goken jump spotting from heaven. Can't quite hit the shots. Rizal swings in. Good for one, but gets traded out. Down to the hands of Goken. On the secondary, needs to click 2 heads before going down. XMY and YJ some way, somehow gets the job done, and Q9 absolutely asserting dominance right now.
And you spoke about needing those 2 rounds, one already falling by the wayside, and it's just pure domination trying to go down into that A bomb site. The executions just look so solid, man. I really do like how they approach both sides of the map. There is a game plan in place every single time. If they want to punish the aggression, they can do that as well. No wrong can Q9 do. And now Team Liquid have another 4v5 to climb against. 7-7 completely unaware. This time a contact play out from Q9. The Chinese just don't know when to quit.
Yeah, even the very last round of the first half is also not going the way of Team Liquid. Sure, Goken did find the equalizer, but the bomb site has already been compromised. C4 is going to go down. So the race against the clock begins, and so is Team Liquid's hope to go into playoffs. And here comes the retake through the Nook. Does leave Goken in heaven. Sure, he was quite reliable. Not quite there this round. They're going to send all 3 players down towards Nook. It's going to be XMY on the response. Whips the first one. Goken gets the first kill. Here comes another drop. Gets the drop done. It's down to the hands of YJ. Clicks the first head. Looking for the second. Clicks the second head. Some way, somehow, Q9 just make these rounds look so easy. It's going to be 8-1 on the scoreline, and Team Liquid, there's not a breathing room left in them.
No, not at all. I mean, you look at the score, doesn't paint a pretty picture, and the rounds themselves, even less so. So many opportunities in terms of the 2v2s, the 3-on-3s to maybe make this game seem a little less lopsided, but I mean, now you've got YJ chiming in as well. It's just, what can you really do?
I mean, the dream is still there. It's not over yet, but I feel like Team Liquid, they're just about to wake up from this nightmare where the destination is going to the lower brackets. BOY opens up double quick headshots. What the hell is he doing? The Animals keeps the dream alive as well. In a blink of an eye, it's all down to the hands of XMY and a 1v4. But needless to say, there's another big flank coming in from Rizal. Doesn't matter as Goken snipes him out. And like we said, boys, the dream is still on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it helps that WY hit some absolute bangers onto that A bomb site. 2 instant headshots to make things easier.
What a bonker, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's not going to, rev up Team Liquid entirely, but it's a step in the right direction. It showcases that there's something for Team Liquid to get excited about it and use moving forward. But for right now, Q9 have another chance to get locked and loaded. It's back into this A bomb site. This time back at Koi, and he gets knocked down straight away from 7-7. Danimals with another entry, and they found something that works here, Bench. It's this A bomb site, and it's those sick entries.
The Brazilian tempo absolutely working wonders. Sure, XMY got the shot done, but it was a leg shot. So the bomb site gets completely wiped out, and Team Liquid tries to keep the dream alive, gets a little bit more vocal, but still has a lot of work to be done. Another attack ball's coming in. Not entirely sure how this one's gonna benefit any of these teams here.
I mean, it's absolutely going to benefit Q9, I can tell you that much, because in this kind of situation, when you've got back-to-back rounds where the A bomb site falls in the first 20 seconds of the round, you have a problem on your hands. You've got to figure out how you want to bolster that side of the map. Do you want to add in another sniper into the situation? Do you want to add in a third rifler in that situation? Or do you want to turn towards something else? What is the solution here in terms of the adaptation for Q9 before this kind of spirals out of control?
And you know what's scary is Q9 has 6 more rounds to figure that answer out. So
yeah, and I do credit them in terms of their adaptations. They figured out Team Liquid a couple of times on Black Widow there. I won't put it against them to try and figure it out here in terms of sub-base as a whole.
Let's wait and see. But the Brazilian squad just looking to go out aggressive for the past 2 rounds, and they might just continue to do so. on the upcoming third round into the second half. But this time, I have a good feeling they might just spice it up and go down towards Machine Room and try to hit B fast. As to our eyes on the caster desk, the anticipation from Q9 would be, okay, another A hit might just be coming, so let's invest one more player down there. So
yeah, I think you lean into the conditioning. I think you do send in that second rifler and play him on the bomb site proper. Don't allow for them to encroach upon the hallway that quickly. That's the real issue that I have. Now, they aren't really changing up anything. In fact, it's even a bigger lean over towards the B end with just Koi on that advanced position with the sniper.
Team Liquid is all going for the slower play. Has control over Machine Room, has control of middle, but can they capitalize on top of those information that they have achieved so far?
Smoke's being deployed, flashes also on that B end. But again, just very passive in how they want to approach this TL. Koi being much more passive in this circumstance, very willing to give this space over and reset, take a shot off, but I'm just very worried about this A defense. Perhaps it won't even really come into question, considering the slight lean from TL onto that B site.
I mean, for Q9, they don't necessarily have to play aggressive, as they have stacked up many rounds in their back pocket. Challenged in middle was Gokun. Almost got his hat taken off, but didn't lose HP. Still alive and gets another chance in Team Liquid. They're going to gather outside of double doors. Here comes the pop flashes. YJ completely blind, and here's the go sign. Dynamo is leading the charge. Gets in the faces of the smoke. That's got to be YJ to hold this one down. No, Team Liquid, they're going to go all the way towards the spawn area. But look at YU's position. He's been favored in that spot from time to time. XMY on the hold. That's why YU to help him out. Gets one kill, but Team Liquid gets into the bomb site pretty clean, only losing Dynamos in the process. Down to a 4v3. C4 soon to be planted. The rotation has come in. YU has to start clicking as he gets a quick double spray down. Down to a 2v2. Well, it's going to be Gokun and WY. The players are going to be taken out quickly, and Team Liquid keeps the dream alive for the comeback. I
mean, you really had that one making me feel like Q9 could pull it across the line. Caught between too many targets there. Gokun, in terms of the middle of that floorboards there, just does enough in terms of the pistol play. And another round that kind of revs TL back to life. I think they're starting to believe that this comeback is well and truly on. They figured out the A bomb site. The B wrap actually looked pretty splendid, if I do say so myself. You're starting to see things that work from a macro perspective here that makes this whole dream a real reality.
This round is going to be the crucial round for Q9. If they are able to pick it back up, then they're in a pretty safe spot to close the series out. But if they do lose this one, the dream is still on, and going on is going to be Team Liquid in towards heaven. 7-7 is good for the wallbang. YJ goes down. Dynimo's on the huge flank onto the bomb site. He has to get Koi, but Koi is booking it up the nook. Yu Zhao from Vents gets the drop, and all of a sudden, let's go Team Liquid trying to directly close the round out. C4 has rotated into the bomb site to be planted. XMY behind the smoke. Dodges the flash. He has to get the kills. Yu Zhao, in all hopes to hold heaven by himself. The smoke is helping him out. And rest of Q9, they're going to be on top of the nuke. XJ is good for one, but does he realize there's another player? Dynamo's holding it down. Sprays one, sprays two. Team Liquid keeps the dream alive.
I mean, the instant reaction to move into the A bomb site is fantastic. I think the split in from that machine room is the most important part. The fact that they were able to get a couple there makes things work really well there for Team Liquid. And again, now you're getting more and more win conditions going in your favor.
That's so close yet so far, isn't it? And this time, Q9 trying to take the fight to the faces of Team Liquid, but Dynamo says no. Gets one kill, switches to secondary, does a bunch of damage. 77 is there for the hope, but he gets taken out as well. However, there's the equalizer, and there's the advantage. WY with a double kill. Team Liquid on a 3v2. They have a pretty good position in the deep side of A as well. But if... Oh no, the C4 rotates in with the team as well. And looks like Team Liquid has isolated towards the spawn area. It's going to be XJ to hold the bomb site down. Here's out. And XJ tries to get the control of the bomb site. If he's able to find one kill there, might just be it. But he whips all of the shots, gets the nade out. Not going to help him out. And look at Ryuzao. He steps up to the board, gets the kill done. Down to the hands of Koi, gets one. Needs to find two more. But the timer is running against him.
Yeah, certainly so. Koi resets the position very quickly, and Ryuzao and Gouken are so sure that that's where he's coming from, but this reroute could be everything to at least get a jump on one. The immediate trade should be established, so the crossfire looks good enough, and I think Gouken has spotted this one out. Yeah, it looks like the changeover is there, but no way! How does Koi pull off the 1-on-2? He's got time for the defuse, and that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Q9 have just found a second lease on life.
Q9 looking to close the series out. They have reached the map point and the match point here, Paladin. And that round might just be enough of a heartbreaker for Team Liquid to lose their momentum. I mean, they had a pretty good showing for the past couple of rounds, but that last round, man, losing that 1v2, that might just drive some spirit. How look at that replay, though. Quick scope on the first kill, switches to secondary, taps the hat off for the clutch. Team Liquid now really having their backs against the wall. Has to work wonders. They have players out in vents and 3 players towards double doors. Here's the go sign. YJ is going to be the first responder. Animals swings in. YJ springs out, but it's going to be 7-7 to get the job done, and a double kill for him. The dream is still on. YU completely flashed out, fully blind, but somehow he gets a kill. How does he do that? It's going to be down to a 4v3. And Team Liquid is going to be going for the reset. Yeah,
they're going to completely abscond the A bomb site regardless of how many entries that they were able to get. The split's looking good. And XMY, with that secondary sniper, is going to have to go to bat. He's done some great work so far in terms of this comeback, where he's trying to stave off the comeback, mind you, but he gets dealt with.
Not this 7-7
there. And now at this point, Koi and you, what can you really do on this flank?
Not this time around. Paladin XMY is going to be taken out from the picture. It's going to be a 2v4 retake. I mean, Koi clapping 2 players last round. Can he do it again this time around? Says no, it's going to be Gouken. YU goes down. Koi in a 1v4, can't do much. Team Liquid still in the talks, but the chances are pretty slim here, Paladin.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be difficult to claw this one back, but they're still staying loud, they're still staying active. And at the end of the day, they will not go quietly off into the night. Machine room now established for Team Liquid.
Do not go gentle into the night, they say, don't they?
Nade through. The Animals not necessarily spotting anything out yet through that smoke, so this B lane will stay put for the time being, hoping that they can get a little bit of map control to settle down things on this side of the map. And you've still got feelers from 7-7 to punish some aggression, so things look good, at least in the initial stages for TL.
Definitely running through the clock here. They're going to start inching out. Koi has a pretty good angle, gets the first kill, instantly falls back. What a maneuver and a movement. Saves his life, and Team Liquid will have to start off with a man down, even before getting into the faces of the bomb sites.
Yeah, this is nightmare fuel for Team Liquid. Your backs are up against the wall in this series, in this map as well, and you don't have that man advantage that you've relied upon in terms of this comeback in general. And now you've got to manufacture that opening. Who do you turn towards? Is it Gouken? Is it Danimals? Time is running out ever so slightly, a minute creeping up on the clock. And you've still got utility being set up here from Team Liquid. It's the end result of this B bomb site. Let's keep your eyes on Gouken here.
This is going to be the end game for Team Liquid. They have to make it or they're going to break it. Here is the go sign. That's going to be Koi to open up. Ryuzao goes down. Koi looks for the swing. It's going to be 2 players already down and dusted. All of the players down and dusted for Team Liquid. And it's going to be Q9.
Well done to Q9, man. I mean, fantastic work there. It was a grueling affair in terms of stopping back that comeback on sub base, but at the end of the day, they were the better team. Top to bottom performance from them. You think about how they were able to get through that Black Widow, the back and forth affair. It comes down to some solid executions, and then I mean the game plan here on sub base was also fantastic in its own regard. You think about the explosiveness in terms of their blacklist play, and then when they switch back over, it's the clutch factor from players like Koi, the guy that we kind of mentioned in the pregame to be the one to break open the game for Q9 despite their slow